We are at my secondary studio in Kansas, and this is the first time we have ever broadcast from here. Things might look different around me. You don't see me in my usual Florida Museum of dinosaur fossils and human hands and all the stuff I have in the back of my studio there. We are in our little place here in Kansas City. So hopefully this will work. Our internet is not as good here, so if things are slower or if we suddenly disappear with no reason, it's because of that. We're not trying to avoid you.
It looks like we have a few people in the room.
Awesome.
I hope everyone can hear us good.
Yeah, and that's
this was very.
too. It
was a little bit of a chore to set up, but I think we've got it to a place where you can at least understand what we're saying.
We have to order some additional wires and equipment to get set up here because we have different computers here and different microphones, so everything is different here than in my Florida studio. So if anything's weird or if it's echoey, it might be, but that is why. Sometime we'll have to do it.
Phyllis Jean says sound is great.
Oh, good.
And they can. Yay. Amy Moore can hear us.
That's awesome. Sometime we should try to do it from London, Maddie. That'd be transatlantic.
Would we have 2 cameras in London?
Oh, why not?
Okay, that seems weird.
I know. That's what I mean. That'd just blow your mind, wouldn't it?
It would be very weird.
Yeah. I'd say we could do it at the Ren Fair, but we can't do that. We have a little tiny house at the Ren Fair, but you're not supposed to have technology past like the 1500s there. So
we have a number of people that are saying hello.
Oh, hello.
I'll give them all some shout outs here. We got Eduardo,
Hi,
Shadow
Eduardo.
Dancer,
Hello.
Phyllis Jean,
Hi,
Amy
Jean.
Morgan,
Hello.
Kelly Sarah, Crystal,
Hi, Crystal.
Deborah Bogue, Kieran,
Hello. Hey, Kieran.
Super B, Ian, Wild Elf Fairy, Girl in the Mitten, Escapade. It looks like our usual crowd is here.
Yay! You might.
It says we have 0 viewers, but it's a little bit behind.
That's
We
probably
obviously
not
have
true.
some.
Yeah.
Because you guys count.
I'd feel kind of silly talking if it was 0 viewers. But yeah, it has been a little while because we have been on the road. We have been.
Yes, we are currently in Kansas now.
We're currently in Kansas.
Yes, we're just like Dorothy. I now that I've made a joke about Kansas and Dorothy, no one else is allowed.
Well, as I often point out, Kansas itself in the movie Wizard of Oz isn't all that exciting. It's Oz that is exciting. Kansas,
exactly.
Like it's a.
Yes, many people have said, "Oh, you're going to the land of Oz."
It's like no,
that's where Dorothy was getting away from
before she goes to Oz. Yeah.
But then she realizes that home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
And she shouldn't have looked any further than her own backyard because being adventurous is
wrong.
Is so wrong.
I guess so.
How dare she? And she didn't even really go there.
No. Or did she?
So today is a very special day. Why is it a special day, Jasmine?
I can think of a lot of reasons, but why are you thinking it?
Today is Friday the 13th.
Oh, you're right. Yes, it is Friday the 13th. I don't know if anybody is superstitious or the opposite of such, and it looks like we're broadcasting okay, so it shouldn't be too unlucky. I know there's some movies about that, but I don't think I've seen any of them.
All right, so it looks like people are already joining the raffle, Jasmine.
Yay! Oh, well, okay, let's make sure Matt starts the raffle then.
I have started the raffle.
Okay, good.
Yes, I just restarted it, so everyone that just hit raffle, go ahead and hit raffle again, because I want to make sure that you're in there.
Yeah, and it won't enter you twice if you do it, but if you missed out the first time, it will let you enter the next time.
So we have 3 raffles this evening,
we do.
And do you? I should go by our Eastern time, or
it's funny. We're used to doing Eastern time because we're usually in Florida, but we are in Kansas now, technically on Central time. So let's base it off of our usual Eastern time. That's just easier, probably. I don't know.
I'm gonna turn down this fan a little bit. It's actually making me cold.
For those who don't know, it's 110 degrees here in Kansas City right now, I think. So we have fans on us. We have AC here, but we also have fans because it is extremely hot. I always think it was funny when I moved from Kansas City to Florida. People are like, oh, it's going to get hot there. But I've never seen it be 110 degrees in Florida. I've never even seen 101 degrees there. That's the world record for Florida. But here in Kansas, 110 degrees, 115, 118 degrees, doesn't matter.
So, Jasmine, I'm really excited. We are about to come on that huge, crazy, big show.
Yes,
in California.
We sure are. If you guys don't know yet, I talk about it all the time. Pretty much all the paintings I have been working on here at Twitch since I started, really. I've been working on it for like 2 years, are going to a show in Los Angeles called My Magical Thinking Show. And all of those paintings will be on display in Los Angeles on July 28th. So those of you who are in California, you can come see me then. But they have put the online preview for the main paintings, the 20 big paintings that are going there. I'm doing lots of mini paintings for it, but I'm also having 20 primary paintings, and they are on something called the Collector's Preview. And all of you, for free, can go look at it now.
It is very, very cool. I would suggest it. I would suggest it. Why not?
Look at it online. You don't have to go to the show to look at the online preview. In fact, they let you reserve paintings ahead of time. So if you just want to see everything finished, email Sherry. Do you have her email address, Maddie?
I believe I do. If I don't have it in front of me,
it's Sherry with 2 R's and an I at CoreyHelfordGallery.com. Matt will post the link to it and say, hey, can I see the Jasmine preview? And they'll send you a link because you have to have a password. They keep it super secret there at the gallery, so you have to have a password to look at the online preview.
You'll be like a spy.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty fancy. You can type it and say, we're in. And then you can go look at all the paintings. And it's very exciting.
You'll be super fancy.
Yeah.
Looking at your spy art.
It's very fancy. Yeah.
We're doing great, Layla. Thank you so much. We have been insanely busy. Jasmine
I've had 2 nights this past week that I have not gone to bed. That's kind of crazy. I've been working really hard.
When we were driving up, we say up because it's a bit north.
Yeah,
Florida.
Compared to Florida.
I guess everything is in the U.S.
Yeah.
And we were just watching the orders roll, and I didn't even get to start processing orders until I got here. There were so many crazy orders on Strangeling.com.
Well, you guys probably know we had that Bumblebee Bee Princess.
My gosh, was that...
And it was while we were driving, so Matt's like, how many orders are there? And I'm like, I don't know, there's a million of them.
Well, people have been loving the preview, Jasmine.
Oh, good, good.
They're saying the preview is amazing.
And if you haven't seen it yet, email Sherry at CoreyHelfordGallery.com, and you can see all the paintings and the most updated pictures of Porcelina, the big installation sculpture that's going there. And if you do like original paintings, you can email Sherry, tell her if you want one that you see. Otherwise, just look at all the paintings and enjoy them.
Our week has been good. Crazy.
Oh,
thanks for asking.
Crazy, but good. And you're talking too crazy. So.
Our week has been crazy good.
Yeah.
No, we have been remarkably busy.
We sure have.
But, idle hands are the devil's plaything.
They are.
Or playground, depending on where you're from.
If you're English or American.
Friday the 13th, is that a worldwide superstition?
I don't know, because I think in some cultures, isn't 13 a lucky number?
I don't know.
No, I...
Girl in the Mitten said we were busy little bees having to send all those bee pins.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes, I bet you're right for Fallon, Girl in the Mitten. Escapade says, the preview was awesome. I want a mini and I don't care which one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Originally, tonight I was going to do some minis for the Corey Helford Gallery show, but the owner and the director both called me here and they said, please do not show people previews of the minis. So I'm just working on a different mini tonight because I already have
50
one
viewers,
so,
sweetie.
How many?
50 viewers.
15 or 50?
50.
Oh, wow. Hey, you found us here in Kansas.
Yes, and thank you for being patient, having us come back on.
Yeah.
Believe you us.
Yeah.
Does that work?
I don't know.
That we really, we're doing our best to get back to Twitch and finding the time and doing the setup. We're doing our absolute best.
We are. We usually
this is
twice a week, but this whole month, usually in the summer, is when we have a big road trip that we have to hit a bunch of shows, a couple of the studios, a couple of galleries. So it's kind of hard, but.
Starwin VC said, my stepdad's office was on the 13th, was started on the 13th of the month at 1313 North Meridian with 13 employees.
Oh, wow.
Not at all unlucky.
See, I think that sounds like good luck.
I don't know if it would be good or bad.
Know.
Rachel says she missed us.
Oh, thank you, I think.
Kelly Sarah says Porcelina would fit in mine and Ian's living room if we don't want to look at the TV or out the window. That mermaid's going to be amazing.
Yeah, for those who don't know what we're talking about, email Sherry at Corey Helfer Gallery. She'll send you a link in the password, and you can see what Porcelina looks like. The only thing that's different about her now is we put the pearlescent mermaid beads in her hair, and we put a big glossy polyurethane coat on the outside. So she's pretty much finished in the collector's.
And she will be swimming into California in not too long.
Just a few days.
And everyone cross their fingers that she shows up in one complete gigantic piece. Because I don't
breaks into our trailer or anything.
I don't think you'll see me again if anything happens to it.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'd do. She's very one of a kind, so that's the only one we're gonna have.
Oh, AC Twitch sounds and looks great on par with Florida broadcast.
Oh, good. That makes me happy.
Does that speak well for KC or does it speak ill for Florida?
I don't know. I just know when I was uploading files to some company earlier, it took me like a whole day and a half to upload 30 files, so now it seems to be working good.
Oh, Nigel says he loves the lighting.
Oh, okay.
And Leela's feeding Moobot with some fresh hay.
Yeah.
Well,
I have two different lights here. Back home in Florida, I have like 12 different lights, and they're mostly pointed at my desk. Here, I've got 2 lights there, 1 light there, and 1 behind me, and they're all kind of pointed in the middle of the room, so it might be more of an ambient glow. Kind of look like I have an Instagram filter on me right
now. Duchess says, I just imagine a road trip movie where Porcelina gets lost or stolen and hijinks ensue.
No.
Yeah, I don't like your movie.
Well, originally
your movie is a tragedy.
We had her out while she traveled across the country, and we
it's not a comedy.
Of her in front of like, national landmarks or something, but no, she's going to be all bubble wrapped and on a wooden pallet crate, and she's not coming out of that trailer until she gets to California.
Yes, I'm terrified. No, it all turns out okay. Like, get him to the Greek.
Oh, okay. So something more like...
I still don't even like toying with the notion. I shouldn't have mentioned it, actually. Now I'm getting nervous.
Poor me, Eddie.
Yeah, that's a big piece.
It is, yeah. And I've spent so long designing that and going back and forth with the studio and getting the sculpture made and just, I'd say I wouldn't do it again, but I will. I'm sure I'll do something like that again. And probably again and again and again and again, but we'll see. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, I was going to originally be showing some of the minis I was doing for the show here, but the gallery has asked me not to show any of the minis I'm doing for the show, even though every single person out there, I think, has emailed me and said, hey, can you send me a preview of the minis? I know people like the minis, so I'm doing a couple minis tonight just for fun. So if anybody wants any of the ones I'm working on, you can buy them from me directly, because these are not the ones for the gallery. These are little paintings. I just started this one.
People are saying hi to their friends that they have in chat. They haven't seen their friends for a while, too.
I like it when people know each other from chat here. It's pretty much just a sketch so far. I just started drawing around the time you guys hopped in here. I started her about 20 minutes before you guys got here. And she's kind of a face study for a painting I might use in the future. We'll see.
Jasmine, did you show off the deck?
No, actually, I haven't talked about the prizes
It's our
yet,
first giveaway.
Okay, let me put this
It will be
I don't have my left-hand table here.
It'll be in 2 hours, or hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, so what time would that be at?
Yes.
I don't know what.
That'll be 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern.
6 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock.
God knows the rest.
22 o'clock in England, and then the rest. Yeah. So, and our first one is a deck. We gave away a couple of these last time, but we brought some with us to Kansas. So, actually, we are in the middle of. I say we, but I am in the middle of autographing all the ones from you guys who bought stuff at Strangeling.com. We have boxes and boxes of these. I am autographing them, so if you pre-ordered at Strangeling.com, I've probably already signed yours, or I'm about to, because it's something that's going to take me a couple days. A lot of people ordered it, and it's like, write my name, so Anyways, it's the Alice in Wonderland Oracle deck. Or technically it's called Alice, the Wonderland Oracle. The author is Lucy Cavendish. She lives in Australia. She's a fantastic author. I've worked with her on, 5 or 6 of my Oracle decks. Also follow her on Facebook if you don't know her, because she does neat stuff all the time. It comes with a book, and the book has some, this is how you look things up. Like a tarot card deck, you look at the cards, you look up the number on the cards, and it tells you what things mean. It's actually a pretty big deck, 131 pages on the book. The deck itself is 45 cards. This is a brand new one, so...
That's nice.
Gotta open it up, though. It's got a little plastic belt on it, on the cards. Let's see, I've got a scissors. Try not to get any paint on it.
Please don't.
Well, I don't...
Actually, that'll be extra special.
No, but just like
someone will try. Someone will say, "This is an original painting by Jasmine Beckett Griffith."
No, if you have a blue fingerprint in paint on the back of one of the cards, you don't want to be like, "Oh, I know that card," and subconsciously ruin your Oracle reading. Okay. So I think I showed this last time. I'll show you guys if you're just joining us here. Every card in the deck is Alice in Wonderland themed. Most of them are Alice. Some of them, for example, we've got the White Rabbit in it. They're not based off of the Disney movie. They're based off of the original story. So you have things from Alice Through the Looking Glass. You have different interpretations of Alice that you might not see anywhere else. I'm an art history nerd, so I've got like Hieronymus Bosch Alice, and I've got Velázquez Alice, Salvador Dali Alice, Audubon Birds Alice, that's one you won't find somewhere else. Bruegel. Oh, there's Alice in Clockwork. I love her. We got steampunk stuff.
Forbidden Fruit says they're big.
Yeah, they are big. They're big, but they're not. I have weirdly small hands. So
I don't know what material. They're paper, but they're coated.
No, they are coated. It's thick.
They're not.
I don't know if you can tell. They're paper in that they're made of wood, but so is a table. They're very thick. They're very thick, and they are plastic coated, so they don't fold. If you shuffle them, they're not so big you can't shuffle them properly, which is a pet peeve of mine with Oracle decks. If they're like so big you can't shuffle them, these you can shuffle. And I have very small hands, so these look. Oh, there's the frog. Okay, sorry. And there are a lot of different interpretations of Alice in here, and there are so many. This is the first time I've opened this one, so they're all in order. They're numbered, too. So when you look in the book, if you're like, oh, it's number 26, that's the one with the Mad Hatter, then you can look in the book and look at number 26, which makes it easier. If you're not used to reading Oracle cards, you can just look at numerically. Painting the Roses Red. I like that one.
Rachel likes the larger tarot cards.
Well, these are quite large, but they're not. You can
pretend you're shrinking like Alice.
No, it is. I'm very
like, oh, these are huge. No, you just.
No, I mean they're about, what are they?
Drink me.
5.5 inches. I don't know. It probably says on the website, but they're not so big that I myself can't shuffle them. I can shuffle them, but also what people do is they frame them. Somebody sent me a picture where they framed all of them and put it around the border of their ceiling, and it's like getting 45 really high-quality, glossy prints. There are so many, I can't show you all of them. But anyways, ooh, there's a griffin. And tea time. But
these were hand-shuffled by Jasmine.
Yes, this is the one you'll get,
I almost said Juan Valdez.
But I will sign the book, and I'll sign the box also. So whoever gets this, you get that. If you don't win it...
Well, Crazy really wants them. Everyone's saying these are great.
Oh, good. It's one of my favorite ones.
Leela says Alice in Mango's Starry Night and Alice in Mango's Nocturne are my personal favorites.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, as you can see, there's the Alice in Van Gogh's Nocturne right there. This deck is actually the reason why I did Alice in Van Gogh's Nocturne, because I did Alice in the Starry Night, but it was a long horizontal painting. And the company that was doing the cards were like, oh, that's lovely, but it doesn't fit on a card that's shaped like this. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. You'd either see Starry Night or you'd see the Alice. So that's why I painted the whole other painting.
Ian says you should have to sign each card.
People have made me do that before.
No.
I will not do that again.
I'm stopping that.
No.
Because Jasmine is overworked as it is. You guys...
No. That happened
one
time
crazy.
In person at Disneyland, and the handler at the gallery was like cut them off. And
oh man, it was so crazy.
Anyways, yeah. But I'll sign the book and I'll sign the box. If you have a favorite card, tell me. I can probably sign that. But speaking of Alice and Van Gogh, if you look at this painting here, again, that's one I did just for the deck. So it was vertical and it's Van Gogh Starry Night. I then did the first ever Strangeling vinyl, and we are going to do more. I might talk about that later. Was based off of her. And this will be our second prize of the night, right? Is it, Maddie?
The second prize is the vinyl doll.
Yes, that's her. Hopefully I can't see the screen, but this is my little Alice vinyl doll. I've designed her myself, and if you look closely, her dress in each of these have a hand-painted Van Gogh Starry Night on her dress. And then I have Alice holding a little palette and 2 little paintbrushes, and these are all colors that are actually in the dress too, so it matches. And she has a really big head, and she's super cute. What does it say? The Strangeling vinyl on the bottom, but I will autograph it with a tiny pen also. So, and she'll be in a box that she usually comes in. But this will be the second prize of the night. We do have both the Oracle decks and the vinyl dolls on Strangeling.com, which is actually important this month since it is July. People are talking about the bee pins. This is our little bee princess. Anybody who gets an order of over $25 in the month of July, while supplies last, will get this bee pin that you cannot buy anywhere. It's only available as a free gift from Strangeling.com. Got my name stamped on the back in metal. And for those of you who have seen her on my Instagram, Facebook, etc., we're hashtagging this with "Don't Kill My Buzz," all one word with a hashtag in the front, and then the National Wildlife Federation will give $1 to help save bees. And every time you share that, they have to do it again. They said up to $100,000, so keep doing it, keep sharing it. I was going to say, it's like, did they know I have 1 million people on Facebook? If everybody did it, that would be a lot of money, but up to $100,000, so that's pretty cool. And
Kieran says he'll put this broadcast on his slideshow.
Oh, please do. That would be great, Kieran, and then that would let more people see it. Also, people who don't have Twitch or aren't watching live, Kieran puts these up in his YouTube, and you can see them there. And then our final giveaway tonight, our third one, is also Alice. She's in her little plastic bag, but this is my Alice in Repose pin that we had at Disney Springs at the Pop Gallery. Was that weekend before last, Manny?
I don't remember.
Jesus, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. Anyways, it was an exclusive, so you can't buy it anywhere, and I kept a couple of them to give away at Patreon, and then I have one I'm giving away here. So that will be the last one, and people who know about the pins know that the exclusives are rare. We don't do many of them, and she's an Alice one, so I brought her with me all the way from Florida to Kansas, so she's a well-traveled pin.
She's, just coming to say hi to Dorothy.
I mean, she's like, yeah, exactly.
Dorothy is America's Alice.
She basically is. I've seen some mashups of Dorothy and Alice. I've thought about doing that because they're both public domain characters, but I'd have to put some thought into it. I don't know. Anyways, those are the 3 giveaways for tonight. We'll do them each hour. So if you enter now, it will enter you into all of the giveaways.
Yes, it should.
So you just have to type, what do you type, Manny?
Raffle exclamation mark.
Raffle exclamation mark.
Or exclamation mark raffle.
Oh, wait.
Backwards. Yes.
Yeah, I said it wrong. Okay. Yeah, otherwise it just sounds like you're excited about
I'll
raffle,
type it in.
You might be, but exclamation point raffle. It's an old-fashioned computer way of putting a command prompt. So you've got exclamation point raffle.
I've seen
RAFFLE.
Alice and Dorothy meet in it looked like an old
there's
an old sketch, but I look like old Alice art.
Well, there's
we've seen some.
I can't think of his name.
We've seen some stuff.
Well, the guy who did the Watchmen. The guy who made I can't think of his name.
I can't either. Why? Okay, the guy who did the Watchmen. Got it. Okay,
he did a very famous comic that was Alice and Dorothy.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it was for grown-ups only.
Oh.
Yeah. If you watch IT Crowd, Roy has a shirt about it. anyways, this painting here I'm working on is nobody in particular, just a character in general. I just started painting eyes, a nose, a mouth. And once you got all those 3 things, it starts looking like a face.
These are very cute.
Thank you.
I've got the inside scoop on Jasmine's minis that she is painting for Corey Helford, and let me just say...
You can say them out loud, but I'm not allowed to show them to people.
They are going to be lovely.
That isn't a spoiler, is it?
No.
Okay. They were going to be lovely anyways. Draw her little chin here.
Todd McFarlane did the Twisted Land of Oz figures.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
But he certainly isn't the guy who did the watching.
No.
So it's probably 2 different things.
There have been a lot of people who have done those. I was just thinking of the controversial one, which I'll stop talking about now. But out there, Wendy's in it too.
Shadow Dancer asks, could you make a small portrait that has super curly brown hair with bright blue eyes for Penelope? I would buy it to go with the faces of fairy for Evangeline.
Oh, maybe. I do a lot of painting, so it might just happen randomly. Also, sometimes I do... Now, how many I done up on Patreon where I do giveaways for a custom mini?
I don't know. Jasmine is about 3 years behind on commissions.
I am 3 years behind. Well, it's like 2.5 years, but I am kind of behind on commissions. But...
I imagine if, you got a photo reference and they wanted to... If somebody wanted somebody painted now, if they were a child, they would look different by the time
you got grown up by then. No. No, but to be fair, I sometimes give those away as my Patreon giveaways, don't I? I've done that several times, I think 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
Basically, at that point, I'm like, hey, like I am right now, here's a face, what color eyes, what color hair, do you want to put your dog in there? That sort of thing. And I do that just for free for my Patreon people. If you don't know about Patreon, I don't know how you wouldn't because I never shut up about it, but look at it. I give away original paintings every month. You get cool pins that nobody else gets. You get discounts, and you get to see previews before the public does. And depending on how you collect art, that can be well worth it. It's like $1 a month. It's not free, but it's $1.
See, this is what happens. Shadow Dancer started it. Now other people are asking for customs.
Oh, see?
That it'll never stop.
Well, again, join me on Patreon. I give away tiny customs about once a month.
You just have to duplicate yourself.
Yeah. Well, I do actually do commission portraits on a custom basis, but that's what Matt's talking about.
Right.
I started at 12 by 16. They cost, I don't know what they cost now.
Well, do you imagine, wouldn't you imagine you'll be able to do another custom Faces of Fairy up at eBay?
If I were to guess, I'd probably say October.
October? Okay.
Yeah. But
we'll keep an eye out for that.
Before then, I might do another one on Patreon. Sometimes I try to do an original painting giveaway each month at Patreon. And when I do, sometimes if I'm really busy, I'll say, hey, it'll be custom. And that way I will have time and they can tell me what they want. And usually that would cost like $6,000. So it's a really neat thing to win. And I've seen people win it and they are extremely excited. If you guys remember the Sherlock Holmes themed one I did called Elementary, that was actually a free original painting I gave to somebody and that was their custom. And everybody wanted prints of it, and I'm like, no, sorry, that was a custom.
A buddy mentions that Fairuza Balk was Dorothy in Return to Oz.
She sure was. That's the first.
And then she was, a witch later in The Craft.
Yes.
So she grew up to become a wicked witch.
She's a neat lady, actually. She used to have she was one of the first New Age stores that popped up on eBay. She's had like candles and incense and bell stuff that she sold in her eBay store. I thought that was really cool that she did that. And I was like, oh, I know you. You were on those movies. I can't believe you're on eBay. And she's a wonderful actress. But so far, this painting here doesn't have any color in her. I usually start a painting just using grayscale, light colors, neutral tones for shading.
We're at 73 viewers.
Oh, I was going to show you guys the frames.
Oh.
And Matt knows about these frames, don't you, Maddie? Okay.
What frames?
The frame that my Minnie's going into, I thought we didn't have any more.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
Know what I'm talking
about.
I
found some.
Beautiful frames. I bought them from a gift shop, I don't know, 10 years ago. That was going out of business, and I bought boxes and boxes of them because they're super heavy, really nice, kind of Victorian, I don't know, maybe that camera's better, Rococo sort of frames that have a lot of detail, and they're very nice frames. It's like the painting itself is 3x2 or something, but the frame is twice that, 4 times that. It's huge. And I thought we were all out of them because that was one of my favorite frames I had for mini paintings, but when we hit our Patreon goal to get our special shipping center that we rented to do printing and order processing in Florida, Matt cleaned out our storage unit and found a huge box. And how many frames were there, Maddie?
I think I found about 100 altogether.
100
two different styles, but I think that's the only style we have.
That's the only one I have. I brought with me. Again, it's like, what do I want to bring with me to Kansas? That's the one I bought. But we had a whole bunch of them, so that's one of my favorite frames. And we've had a few of you guys ask about those frames, and
people love the frame.
Yeah, it is one of the neatest tiny frames I've ever seen. Usually, when you see picture frames for small paintings or for little photos or whatever, they're not this big and thick like museum quality giant frames, and I was so glad that we found more of them. And I was very glad that we cleaned out our storage units.
Oh, me too.
Now I never have to look
and we get to save that money that we were paying monthly for storage unit.
I was paying monthly rent at the storage unit. Yep. So that's cool. But this little lovely will be going in there, and also the ones I'm doing for the Magical Thinking Show will be in there too.
They look really great. Hanging together.
They do. I'm sure that the big crazy frames I usually put my artwork in.
They're like smaller versions.
Yeah.
But they look really cute in a group. I think the gallery will do a really nice job hanging them.
I'm sure they will.
I think their days are numbered, though. I really don't think that the minis will last.
No, these frames will be gone in a month or two, probably, but...
Well, I have cut a ton of panels for Jasmine.
Yep.
So she's got her work ahead of her. But when don't you?
But we're going to have about 15 minis at the Corey Halford Gallery Magical Thinking Show, and then I'm doing a few like these that are just available for whomever wants them. I'm just doing the darker parts of the painting now, so the lash line above the eye, the pupil, maybe some bits around the corners. The thing about a picture frame is it has a rabbet to that part that sits in where you hold the actual painting inside the frame.
Think of a rabbet as an inner border.
Yeah, the inner border.
The part that will hide the edge.
The part that will cover it up.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I were to have, as an example, if I were to have this one, it's slightly smaller, of course, in the middle than this painting will be. So I try to put the interesting stuff in the middle. So I kind of make it a little bit darker off to the side.
So is anyone in the room actually going to come see us at the Corey?
Yeah, is anybody here going to be in California?
Buddy is.
I know we're all different time zones here, but is anybody going to California?
Yeah, we jump around through time zones like
we're Doctor Who.
Like they're hula hoops.
Yeah.
Ooh, hula hoops.
Hoovy and hula hoops.
Crazy says, I love the effort, attention to detail that you put into combining your work with the framing. It's great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's something I like putting thought into. That's part of my fun. I've even had paintings that have been inspired by the frames.
Wow, okay. Yeah. I just want to say, 4 comments in a row said, wish, 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 wish. I so wish. Wow. This is about coming to Corey Halford with a sad face. I wish, sad face. I wish you'd come to Michigan, and I wish.
Aw. Wishes.
You guys need a genie.
Yeah. Not
a really impressive blue one. It sounds like Robin Williams.
Genie, yeah.
You have never had a friend like that guy.
You've had Jasmine, though.
Jasmine, you would have them go, but you don't create the wish.
I'm saying that I am also a character in that film.
Oh,
with long black hair.
I'm sorry,
slightly more modern.
I didn't think of it. I thought Aladdin was the hero. I thought it was the Aladdin and Genie movie.
No, it's funny. People say, "Were you named after Jasmine from Aladdin?" And I'm like, "No, I would have been way too old for that."
Well, didn't you say the whole Doctor Who thing? You could have.
That's true.
Done some time travel.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I was born while my mom was watching a Doctor Who episode on KCPT, which is our public television in Kansas, not in Florida.
So Buddy is going to the event, and then 2 days later, on a cruise.
Oh, wow. That's fun. Is it a cruise leaving out of Los Angeles?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's going down to Mexico or up to Alaska and up north, because we went on one that left out of Los Angeles and we went to Victoria and Vancouver up through British Columbia.
I think there's going to be
that was fun.
There's some pin trading going on in the chat room.
Ooh, within the chat room.
I'm staying out of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be killed.
I'm happy to look at pin trading, but I don't involve myself. That can get
Crazy says, if I won the lottery, I would sell you some of the money to fund a show of your art in my hometown.
What's your hometown?
Crazy lives in...
If she doesn't want to say, somewhere close.
Crazy's a guy.
Oh, him. I mean,
Crazy.
Sorry, I know two crazies.
Said Crazy, so I can't remember.
I know lots of crazies, but...
It's a town we know of.
Oh.
In the UK.
Oh, in the UK.
Well, it's because Crazy is that crazy British
British. Yeah. Okay, that crazy. I'm sorry. I have another crazy friend who has popped in from time to time, and they live in Florida, so that's not that far. Usually, except now it's 1,250 miles away. Anyways, I'm going to start shading in her flesh tones a bit. Here, if you see this color here, this kind of grayish, brownish, bluish color.
Well, people are excited about Dragon Con now.
Oh, golly.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's okay. But I actually just put the Dragon Con event page up at my...
Chester.
Oh.
It's Chester, remember?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh, yes.
Thank you, Crazy. I knew it was a town that we've heard of.
We know it eventually.
That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope you win the lottery, Crazy.
Yes.
Hook us up in Chester.
Hey, actually, in the UK, you are more likely to win the lottery than to get murdered. You couldn't say that about America. I just read an article about it, that's why I said it.
Oh, Buddy's going with his mom for her 75th birthday.
Wow.
Sounds like something like that.
That sounds fun.
Not with Buddy's mom, but my own mom.
Oh, yeah, we took your mom on it. For those who don't know, Matt's mom is a big fan of the Titanic, which is funny because we watched it right before we took her on a cruise once. Like, oh, I feel like getting excited about cruises. Let's watch Titanic.
Yes, I think she joined a Titanic cult.
I think she did. It's a Facebook group. Yeah.
That's not a bad joke.
No.
Ian says, I don't PL. Not sure what's PL. Maybe I'm sorry if I'm a little bit stuffy. I apologize. I don't know where I got this.
It's probably allergies. When you come from one part of the country and go to another part in a big country like this, you tend to
if I snort at you guys.
It's nothing personal.
I don't play the lottery, so I guess I'll end up being murdered. Poor Ian.
No, you are not likely to.
We will come to your aid. I won't let you get murdered.
Exactly. But no, I was reading a list of reasons people die and why you shouldn't be worried about things, and it was a UK list, and they're like, oh, you're far more likely to win the lottery than to get murdered. And it's like, well, you don't really plan your life around winning the lottery, or do you? But people do worry about, oh, what if I get robbed? What if I get murdered? And it's not all that likely.
One cool thing about playing the lottery, though, I mean, you can look at the math and say, yeah, I may have wasted my money, but one thing you can do is it's fun to, after you get the ticket, to think of what you are going to do with it. That's so much fun, it's worth the cost of a ticket. It's kind of like buying a ticket
to imagine things a bit.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, I've got a chance.
And to be fair, I have known somebody who won the lottery, no names mentioned, but it does happen to real people. I know in America they say it is more likely to get struck by lightning than to be murdered, but in Florida, we have 6 times the more likelihood of getting struck by lightning, and I think like 3 times the likelihood of getting murdered. So it's really hard to, base your decisions on that.
Yeah. unless you're struck by lightning a lot. Then you're like, well, you know what? This is going to happen.
But I've never been struck by lightning. Our house got struck by lightning, to be fair. Remember?
It was very close.
Well, it knocked out our electricity.
That was scary.
It hit our block, so it ruined our electronics we had plugged in and other like DVDs it was VCRs we had at that time.
Yes, if you use your whole paycheck on lottery tickets, that is no longer fun.
Yeah.
That's
time to get help. No.
Yeah, we don't.
You take your $1.
1.21 gigawatts.
No.
That Nintendo guy says 1.21 gigawatts.
Hey.
Now all I can hear in my brain is Marty. That wasn't a link. 1.21. This room's funny.
We have a good group of people here.
We do.
I'm just happy you guys followed me here to Kansas. I thought everybody would disappear after I went for a week without posting. I will warn you too, it's going to be probably early August before I get to post again, because after this we go to Illinois, and then from Illinois...
Yeah, so what are we doing in Illinois?
California. We're going to cousin camp.
Yes, we'll be near the border of Wisconsin. Will I actually cross into the Wisconsin border this time?
Yeah.
Because I have never been to Wisconsin.
We were right on the Illinois-Wisconsin border one time, and a policeman came and said we couldn't. Do you remember that, Maddie?
There was a flood.
There was a flood, and they said we weren't allowed to cross into Wisconsin.
And I was like, officer, I just want to go see the land of American cheese.
We want to see the dolls, man.
And
see all your water parks.
He was like, I don't care how much cheese, but there's a flood here. I care about your safety.
Stores right on the highway. Anyway, they said it was public
I didn't care about my safety or my loved ones.
I
just wanted to see the cheese.
46 states in America, and I've not been to Wisconsin yet. So I was really looking forward to it, but they wouldn't let us in.
Okay, so I want to let the room know, since they are very concerned about our health and our cashews.
Oh, we got cashews here, didn't we?
Okay, the cashews here, I will say, what they had available at the local grocer here. They
were subpar.
They are only halves and bits.
All they had was halves and pieces.
So I'm used to the fancy cashew.
It was like one corner of a cashew.
Yes, and they hurt to eat a little. They're not right. They're not right.
To be fair, Maddie, when we were in Florida, we were very close to places like Belize that grow cashews. Remember we went to Belize and they had cashews everywhere? And they had cashew wine, but we never got to try it.
Yes, I have a confession. I bought a bunch of cashews, and when no one was looking, I was gone for about an hour, and I ate them all in the bathroom. So I've got a problem.
Yeah,
and I want to confess that to you and the room at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go fetch some cashews. Would you like some?
Bring me a couple.
Okay.
I'll eat them away from the microphone. Would you prefer a half or a bit? I saw myself last time eating cashews.
Because that's all you get in Kansas City, a half or a bit.
That's all we got. Yeah. And our close grocery store here in Kansas is closing. There used to be a grocery store I could walk to, but it is closing. So sad. I don't know. And it's, 20 degrees above 90 degrees here. I don't know. I don't want any more people in Kansas telling me how hot Florida is, because we're exactly 20 degrees cooler there today.
And we're cooler.
And, well, we have better cashews.
Okay.
Judge as thou wilt.
I will show this on camera.
Okay. That's a camera there, and that's a camera
here.
Which
camera's better?
That one's probably better for showing cashews.
These are halves and bits.
Okay. Yeah, they're not like cashews. They're little chopped up. It's like if you go to Dairy Queen and get chopped nuts on your sundae.
So this is what we have here. So if we're grumpy, that's why. You want more? Okay.
Thank you. See? And it's super crunchy, too. I think they've been fried or something. Anyways, I'm taking the color pigment that I mixed in with the gesso to cover these little boards here. And I'm mixing up some lighter tones to start building up the shading on the face bit of this fairy. Or maybe she's a mermaid. I don't know yet. I kind of just start and see what they're telling me. Put
You know what those cashews are like, Jasmine?
What are they like, Liz?
It's like when an Interview with a Vampire, when Louis settles for rats instead of, fresh criminals in an alley.
It is, yeah.
That's what it's like. We're,
like,
what does Lestat say? We can. Louis says something like, "We can live like this," and he goes, "Surviving is what I'd call it."
Oh, there you go. So, yeah, we can survive here.
We are surviving.
Yeah.
Surviving. On halves and pieces.
I'm gonna have my noisy, bad Kansas hairdryer here. It's gonna be noisy. Give me a second. See, even my hairdryer here is different. Not the same.
You can eat on camera, buddy, but it can't be the focus.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It can't be the focus.
It can't be the main
This has to remain creative.
Yeah.
With a focus on painting.
Yeah.
And, for example, you're not supposed to be able to feed your pets either because there's whole cats all the time things.
I'm like,
Twitch is really weird.
Feed my cats,
they like their categories to remain pure.
About feeding your pets, but it's because it's a different section of Twitch, creative, and they have IRL, which is where if you want to feed cats all day on your Twitch, you can do that there.
Yes, but IRL channels where you find the weird stuff.
Yeah, you can find anything there.
People break stuff, and they get.
I saw people like putting cell phones in blenders on there. So
really,
yeah, it was a company that was doing it. It was showing how tough their blenders were.
Oh, Kelly Sarah says, me and Ian got our daughter to watch Interview with the Vampire the other night. One of my favorite films. Oh, it's a wonderful film.
Movie.
I love it. They did a great job.
I saw one of Anne Rice's houses for sale, the one on St. Charles Avenue.
That would be nice.
Mm-hmm. It's right on St. Charles. You could get the streetcar, Maddie.
That would be very nice. I like the streetcar.
It's not like the one on Amelia Street, but it's still a really good one. It's about 24 times bigger than I Need a House, though. But.
Crazy says he loves that film too.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Layla does too. Yeah, it's especially for its time. I think it came out in 92?
92
or 93?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't remember
when it came out. One of those years.
But
my gosh,
it was a good movie.
It also ages well.
Yes, you could watch it now and not say, hey, this was made in the 90s. It doesn't really stand out. I do remember reading, wasn't it River Phoenix was supposed to be the Christian Slater character?
I think he was supposed to be the interviewer.
Yeah, or was that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he passed away before then.
Yeah, Christian Slater's like, you mind if I smoke? You don't have to worry about cancer or anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're a vampire. You don't have to worry about secondhand smoke.
Yep.
Oh.
That sounds fun, that job. He goes and he collects lives. If you remember, that's what the interviewer says.
Yeah.
So,
you can just go around and hear stories.
That sounds fun.
That does sound fun.
He just records them.
Well, if you're a writer, Maddie, you sit around and make up stories, right?
Yeah. But people make up their own story, too, because if you ask anyone, often they'll say a autobiography is nonfiction, but it's an account.
Now, people have a habit
and everyone will have a different account.
Mythologizing.
Yes.
People expect a narrative to come from you that makes sense, and then you feel like you have to say the same thing each time. I'm saying this because I've had like 4 interviews in the past 48 hours, and you start saying the same thing over and over again.
Answer now.
What's that?
Are you a vampire?
How could I answer that?
Okay. The end of the film has a dedication to River, says Ian.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And it also has a song that should have been done by the Rolling Stones, but it's done by Guns N' Roses.
Okay, she wanted to get the Rolling Stones one, but
right, that's the thing.
The licensing
she couldn't
company,
do it.
Was it Warner Brothers? They wouldn't let them use the Rolling Stones one.
Of course, it's the song is "Sympathy for the Devil," which is the best Rolling Stones song.
It is the best.
One of the best songs ever written, actually.
It's
and performed.
Song.
The Rolling Stones. This is probably not such a little known fact. I don't think they've ever recorded anything sober.
I don't know. Certainly not.
Keith Richards?
No,
Mick Jagger?
No. Song. Central Park. Meet you.
Oh,
See, you don't know the name of it.
Now
I don't know the name of it, so you don't know the name of it.
I'll find out.
It's not called Meet You, is it?
I think it might be. I'll find out what it is.
I love that song. I remember I read both Mick Jagger's biography and Keith Richards' biography, and it's very funny in that they have very different accounts of some of the same times. It's one of those things where every person in the story has a different perspective. That's very worth listening to.
Miss you. We knew that.
I'm sorry, I said Meet You because it talks about the...
Oh, Crystal just gave us a ton of bits. Thank you so much, Crystal.
Thank you. If anybody else has bits, let us know.
Buddy saw Christian Slater as lead in the reading of The Maltese Falcon at the Antages Theater. Did I pronounce that correct?
Live?
It was amazing in the part, and I had gone in thinking he was a miscast. He was miscast, rather.
Well, I'm glad to hear you did a good job. That's really cool that you got to see him live doing that.
Ian says he likes the Guns N' Roses version better.
Hey.
Sorry. Well, to
you are welcome to think that, but you won't win any prizes here now. No, just kidding. No. Hey, to be fair, they have some good songs. I just think I like them better when they're performed by other people.
Oh, I like the...
Sweet Child of Mine is a great song, but I like
Sweet Dreams by Marilyn Manson better than I like the Eurythmics.
The classical piano version of Sweet Child of Mine, I thought it was fantastic, and I liked it better than the original version. So.
But I love the Eurythmics Sweet Dreams also. Oh,
that's true. Yeah, I like both of those, yeah. Put a bit lighter under her brow line here. It's probably looking kind of smudgy now because I'm trying to use this big soft fuzzy brush I've had here in Kansas for... I don't know, 11 years. And I'm using it to smudge in her cheekbones over her nose where I put the sketch. And I'm just remembering in my head where I put her eyebrows, where I put her nose. So when I start putting harder lines on top of it, it'll look like a contrast in between that and the soft flesh tones that I'm doing with the soft brush. Yeah.
I have a question.
What's that?
Well, Forbidden Fruits first has a question. Is there going to be any merchandise at the art show in LA?
You're stealing my question. Yes. What's that?
Is there going to be any merchandise at the art show in LA?
Oh, it depends which one you mean. The Corey Helfer Gallery show?
They absolutely mean that. Because
okay, well, I announced the one at Disney. I don't know if you saw on Facebook.
Forbidden Fruits probably means, they would say, I guess they would probably say Disney.
Oh, I don't know. Anyways, no, the Corey Helfer Gallery is more like an art museum than a store.
Right, a gallery.
Like a gallery. They have the original paintings, and they give you snacks and wine. You can walk around, have a nice time, see Jasmine, but they don't sell stuff there. I am coming, October 12th and 13th, I think, to Los Angeles, but to Disneyland at the Wonderground Gallery at downtown Disney, and they will have merchandise there. But as far as the Corey Helfer goes, they just do art. They're a serious gallery. I think that's the only gallery really I work with regularly that is a museum type gallery where they only have the original paintings.
Right. Versus a place like Pop that
like
would
Pop
have
Gallery at Disney,
tons of merchandise, a few paintings, and
yeah, they have a few paintings and a bunch of necklaces and statues there in Florida.
Well, the cool thing
they're both
I would
cool
say the way they're both cool to the person going in. One is you get to see a bunch of original art by Jasmine, and it's kind of a fun social event.
Yeah, they make it a
Pop
party.
Gallery. There's something for everyone, and with gosh, I think they have something as low as $5 there.
Yeah,
you can get with Jasmine art. Versus the you will not get something for $5 or less.
Now the Corey Helfer Gallery only has original paintings, but with the Porcelina pins, have I showed those yet? I should show them those.
I think you did show the Porcelina pin, but you showed the Bumblebee pin. That's right.
Nope.
Show the Porcelina pin.
They are giving a free pin at Corey Helfer Gallery, and since they aren't a store type gallery, they're giving 200 of these away free, and you don't have to buy anything. Because if they made you buy an original painting to get a pin, that'd be silly. So they are giving them away free.
And Forbidden Fruit wants to come see you at downtown Disney too.
Can come get one. Yes, definitely. But here's Porcelina. This is my own personal Porcelina. The gallery actually owns the other ones. I don't know if you can tell, but she's metal and she's shiny, as opposed to my usual pens, which are also very cool. Like, let's look at Bumblebee. See how she has, like, lines on the outside of her? Because it's more like a stained glass window. Porcelina is kind of a shiny metal front on her. Not quite close-in, but it's more like I don't know what you'd call it, like an offset metal die-cut thing. So
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
so
I like how she turned out. Well, I wanted to have, I hope this is showing up. I can't see the screen. Can you see it on there, Maddie? Like her tail?
I can see her tail.
Okay, I wanted it to look like the Blue Willow porcelain. So I have her, I wanted to do her a little bit different way because I didn't want to have to put black outlines around every little leaf and every little boat and everything. See how they're people
are loving that pit.
People might not notice, but the gallery, the Corey Helfer Gallery has 200 of these that they're giving away for free. You don't need to buy anything; just show up and you get a porcelina. And these aren't for sale anywhere.
Well, we'd eventually run out.
There are 200 of them.
200.
Yeah, and they're also giving them away to anybody who buys a painting. So even if you can't make it in person, if you take the time to get an original painting from them, they will send you one of those. Because they have one for each of my paintings, including the minis, that they will send you.
Jasmine, girl in the mitten asks a good question.
What's that?
First, she says, "Eek, porcelina pin." Very happy about that. Will you have prints/canvases of your magical thinking pieces at Dragon Con?
Oh, at Dragon Con, yes, I will. Yep, all of the prints all the paintings I have at the Corey Helfer Gallery will be available as prints at strangeling.com, and I own all the rights to those. So I'll have them at Dragon Con, MegaCon, everything. So all the paintings you see there, I will have as prints, but the originals and the pins you have to get from Corey Helfer Gallery. Again, if not everybody here has emailed Sherry at Corey Helfer Gallery to see the whole show, go do it now, because you can see high-resolution photos of every painting that's going to be there, all the big ones, that is, like 20 of them, and they just send it to you. You don't have to go there in person. It's free. You can just look at the artwork for free at home and not have to do anything, and they won't bother you either. They're very nice.
I just put a link in there.
Okay. They won't give you a password because they are password protecting all the paintings from the show. So you can see them if you're not going to make it. Or if you are going to come, if there's one you'd like, you can email Sherry back and say, "Hey, I want to buy that one." And that's how paintings get sold before the show actually opens. Sometimes you go to a show and it's like, "Hey, how come there's red dots on everything?" That's because galleries give collector previews before they start.
Yes, there is a red dot by the amount of people on your Twitch too. It's funny. I was thinking about red dots.
Oh yeah, really? That's funny. There's a gallery somewhere called Red Dot Gallery, and I thought that was kind of confusing.
Well, what it's implying is that they sell things. They sell everything.
If you guys, I didn't know this. I was even at galleries before I knew it. They put a little red dot next to paintings that are sold instead of saying like sold. It's like a very clever, polite way to show it's sold. Yeah.
Buddy loves resurrected Triceratops.
Oh.
And Buttercup loves the Hazardous Beauties.
Oh my gosh. I think Hazardous Beauties was one I actually painted here on Twitch, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was one of the, might have been near the first ones you painted.
It's gone at Twitch. If you look on my YouTube, youtube.com/Jasmine Beckett, 1T. They didn't let me put the Griffith because it was too long. You can watch me paint Hazardous Beauties. But yeah, that's one of my favorite ones on there too.
I don't know how to explain.
I'm sorry, Maddie. Go blow your nose. Okay. It sounds like an insult. Go blow your nose, Maddie. Yes. Go blow your nose. Well, I'll turn away. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys like those ones. The Resurrected series in particular is a favorite of mine. You guys know who watch me in Florida that I have like a basic fossil museum in my studio there. Here I don't have so many. I've got like a couple trilobites in a drawer and that's it. But it was fun to get to paint. I had a saber-toothed tiger one, and I had a Triceratops one, and a Velociraptor one. You know, I haven't even sent this off to California yet. I could show you guys them if you've missed out on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're in the cabinet. If you don't mind, I know you're blowing your nose. Are you all cleaned up?
Oh, man, I'm on camera.
Yeah, you're on camera. Now people know what you look. You were trying to be mysterious, and you weren't on camera.
I put on a Jasmine shirt just in case I was.
He is totally wearing a Jasmine shirt.
I got the Triceratops one.
Okay.
Are they just in a stack?
I think they're all stacked there, yeah, because I haven't sent them to California yet, because Sarah's going to pick them up. Here's the Triceratops one. It's got a Triceratops skull, I'll put up here too. These are ones I painted in between our last Twitch and this one. Also, I finished the fish one, the poisson volant one that I was painting last time. I finished it if you want to see it. Here, check me out, Mandy. See, that was Triceratops. This one is Velociraptor. This eye is based off of a lizard, one of the anoles that lives in our backyard, and also an iguana that we saw in Costa Rica. So I looked at two pictures of, because you don't have a photo of a velociraptor, and I don't want to take one from Jurassic Park or something, so I took a picture of these lizards, and I made his eye look like that.
It doesn't look like my eye.
No, that's because it's not a human skull or a mammal skull.
Yay!
But the next one is a mammal skull.
Is it going to look... Oh,
no,
it doesn't look like
it's a kitty cat one. And it looks a little bit like my mama wolf kitty that I used to have. You guys have seen pictures of her, but I made them green to match the eye of the fairy here. So I've got a saber-toothed kitty one there. There's a pretty kitty cat eye, and the little fairy matches that. Matt hasn't framed these yet, and these are getting ready next day or two to go off to California. So they will be part of the Magical Thinking Show in Los Angeles. Again, if you email Sherry for free, they will send you a link to the whole show online so you can see what we're talking about when we're talking about things.
What's the other one?
Poisson volants. I have the painting's too big. No, I'll show Nautilus too.
Okay.
But the one I was working on last time you guys were watching, wasn't that the Poisson volant? The last one I did?
No idea.
I think it was. If not, here it is. Yeah, it was the flying fish one.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I think that was the last one I painted here. It was back in Florida. Yes. And there she is. She's all done. I'll put her up here. Again, if you want to see a big, high-resolution one, email Sherry at CoreyHelfordGallery.com, and you can see how she turned out. And she's going in this frame. This is just the printout on paper, but she's a big painting in a ginormous frame. I want to show them Nautilus bouquet, because none of you guys have seen this even a little bit. I haven't even put like a work in progress on Instagram. They might have seen it if they got the collector's preview, but this is one I painted here in Kansas for the most part. I don't know. It's probably too close. Let me show her up here. There she is, and she's getting ready to go in her frame. She has a Nautilus shell that is filled with beautiful flowers. It has irises, which are one of my favorite flowers, and a Nautilus shell because I collect Nautilus shells. She's very shiny, so it's hard to show her in here. Hopefully you can see her. She's very sweet.
Jodie Foster character in Taxi Driver.
Yes, Jodie Foster when she is in Taxi Driver. We won't get into that, but that is her name, Iris. That's one of my favorite flowers. So that's basically what I've been working on since I saw you guys last. And you can see the finished ones online.
Okay, I am back at my little station.
And Matt's back.
You
guys can see where Matt is now. Our studio here in Kansas is not huge. It's all on one level. Our house in Florida is a couple stories high, so...
He's like Dr. Claw, but instead of his hand, we see Matt's foot.
Oh.
Gadget! That was for you, that Nintendo guy.
Mm-hmm. Some dark outlines around her lid line here.
Oh, people are loving it.
Oh, good.
Ian says, I really want the possum painting.
Oh.
Not sure if my credit card would recover if I got it, though.
You never know.
Hey, it's an investment. Living shoeless. Hey, don't make fun of us.
What's that?
Buddy's making fun of us.
Oh,
without
no way.
Our shoes.
No. No, buddy.
I will live shoeless and walk the earth.
That's me.
Yeah, people are enjoying that.
Oh, good.
We've got 86 viewers.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
That's because you gave them a preview.
Yeah. No,
now I've got Inspector Gadget stuck in my head.
I've painted since I saw you last, and I have done so many interviews in the past 48 hours of different magazines, newspapers, TV stuff, and everybody keeps asking me, how often do you paint? And I tell them, and I think they don't believe me. I really do paint like 16 to 18 hours a day. And if you will see how many paintings I've done in between times I broadcast on Twitch, you can add up the numbers and see that I sometimes go 1 or 2 nights without sleeping. And I don't even drink coffee. I just like painting. I'm going to do her under eyelid here. Give her a little bit of makeup. I'm not going to goth her up too much. I'm just going to put some slightly natural eyeliner, eyeshadow on. Kind of like me if I didn't have makeup on. Let's see.
People are saying that they would die without coffee.
See, I save coffee
apparently
for the one day
coffee has life-saving benefits.
Yeah. No, I have heard that it has antioxidants and things. I drink tea.
Hey, Jasmine, would you like a beet drink?
A beet drink? Yes, I would like a beet drink.
Yeah, I'll go fetch one. I don't think I really have any.
I don't have a hilarious one here. I have a regular.
People are just mocking me in the room for being shoeless and. Remember, this is Jasmine's channel.
It is my channel. You can talk to me, Eddie. You remember in Florida I have like this wooden mug that's 3 feet tall. Here I have a glass mug. It's not nearly as cool. What's that?
Puny.
But it has mango lime herbal iced tea in it, and it's very good.
A very small place, by the way.
Yeah, our house here is 800 square feet, which is not big.
I'm in the kitchen.
Matt's in the kitchen. You can still hear him. It has one bathroom. No, this is like our London house. It's very small. Our Florida house isn't big. I think it's 1,400 square feet, but it's bigger than this one. It's like a log cabin here in Kansas. Not like a Unabomber kind of way, but it's not unlike that. That's why I said it's not unlike it.
We send a lot of mail.
Well, we do send a lot of mail. I don't know. Also, you might notice
a lot of true crime stuff. Forgive us if
we do. At nighttime when I go to sleep, I like to put Discovery ID on. So if we talk a lot of crazy stuff, that's why. I like seeing the reenactments with my contacts out. I'm going to do her eyelashes. I love poorly done reenactments. I don't know if they can hear you, love. I can't see the screen, so we're just flying blind from here. Hopefully people are out there. Hi guys. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know. It's funny. Okay. And this isn't. What?
I don't have my amazing Jasmine cups here.
No, you don't.
But we've got Mickey.
You do have Mickey.
I just realized it was Mickey.
And this isn't wine. This is actually, what is it called, Maddie? It's beet something.
Oh, the Super Beets.
Super Beets. Well, they have commercials for it. Yes. We drink Super Beets because we're healthy nerds. Yeah. And you see that? It says swell inside. Isn't that cute? Because that's Mickey, and he thinks things are swell.
Yes, you could put anything in there, and Mickey would say it was swell.
But healthy beet drink is extra good.
You could put a pile of dead bugs in there, and Mickey would say it was swell.
He's a mouse. Isn't that kind of what they eat?
Oh.
They
eat hay.
They eat dead bugs?
No, they eat living bugs.
Yeah, well, maybe. They're wily. Anyways.
They prefer...
That is called Super Beets, and it tastes like... They're omnivores.
They're omnivores.
Actually, I think they're herbivores, but they totally are omnivores. Anyways, that is Super Beets. Super Beets is this thing, and we're not doing a commercial for it. If I was smart, I'd put like a link on my Amazon for it, but me and Matt both drink them. They're supposed to help your veins and give you energy without caffeine.
I have the best circulation in my...
Matt has leg circulation problems, I guess. I don't know.
I don't, or I'm just terrified that I do.
Man.
If I'm sitting for a long time...
We sit on a lot of airplanes. Yeah. Oh, man, that tastes like beets. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just put
wow, yeah, Maddie. So it's powdered beets and a bunch of vitamins, and you drink it, and apparently you don't have to have food if you keep drinking it, so. I don't.
I will say that it is
a proper meal in like 3 days. It is expensive. I saw a commercial for it, though, and it was not that expensive.
People that powdered beets.
Oh, there you go.
But it is. It's also very energizing, if you will, and it supplies NO2 to the bloodstream.
Yeah. See, now you sound like a commercial. I should have put a link people could click on, and I could be an affiliate, but we didn't. So.
Okay.
Beets. I love beets.
Queen Tree says it's adventurous here flying blind.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Queen Tree?
That's what I said because you were gone and I couldn't see the thing and I said we're flying blind.
Ah.
Yeah. It's very adventurous.
Moobot ate my shoes. And I thought you always done Twitch in a chicken suit.
I hope you didn't have leather shoes because I think that would be cannibalism for me.
I usually dress up like a Looney Tunes character.
Yeah.
I was dressed as Bugs Bunny last Twitch.
He doesn't wear anything, love.
No, but I was dressed in a Bugs Bunny suit.
Oh, okay. When he's a girl bunny or a regular bunny?
Both.
Okay. I won't limit him.
If we were back in Florida, I would have pulled out my Pepe Le Pew outfit. And not taken a shower for 3 days.
Oh.
That's how you work the Pepe Le Pew.
No.